Hi guys, welcome to my Howcast. This week's episode is How to President. So maybe you got a job as a president and you're like, what do I do next? Don't panic, okay? I'm going to walk you through it in a few easy steps. So the first thing is there's these things called intelligence briefings. You're gonna want to take those. And I know it sounds like kind of boring, like, ugh, intelligence, who wants to deal with that? But it's actually pretty cool stuff. Like, you might learn stuff like what's actually happening in Area 51, or like, why don't I want to piss off people with nuclear weapons pointed directly at us? Stuff like that. So that's pretty cool. And the cool thing about it is that, like, they'll work around your schedule. So if you want to meet with like a rapper in the morning, then they'll do it in the afternoon. It's super cool. So you should take people up on those. Also, another thing that you want to do is, so this is what happened to me when I was running for student council. I was like, we're going to put in a pool with a water slide and Jenny's going to be the principal. And then I got in there and the school was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Maybe just a vending machine, and also Jenny's only 12. And I was like, that's a fair point. So basically the lesson I learned from that is that, like, you want to hire people who are like qualified for their job and not just your buddies. You know what I mean? So like the head of the EPA should like be somebody who wants to protect the environment, and like the head of education should probably like kids, you know, stuff like that. There's also this thing with jobs where, like, you know how you get like a 90-day probation period? So presidenting doesn't really have that, but they do have this thing in between like inauguration and like election, where like if you're not feeling it, you can just be like, whoa, I'm not feeling this. You know what I mean? And people would be fine with it if that's the case. You know what I mean? So like there's no need to like self-sabotage or use like weird like defense mechanisms or scare people or anything like that. Like all you need to do is just be like, not feeling it, peace. And I know you're like, are people gonna make fun of me for that though? And it's like, well, yeah, maybe, but like if it got to that point, then that's honestly probably just like a drop in the ocean. You know what I mean? So there's that. And then also another thing that you're gonna want to do is like actually like fully move into the White House with like your whole family. And I know it's like kind of slumming it because it's like, I don't know, does the White House even have a jacuzzi? Like, I've never heard of it, so who knows? But like honestly, it's kind of like going to college where it's like you want to move into the dorm that first year, right? Because otherwise you're going to miss like all of the flip cup, and you're going to miss like kissing somebody you didn't think you were going to, you know what I mean? So definitely take advantage of that. So that's basically it. That's kind of all I have. So I guess just like have fun presidenting. Okay.